Hello everybody, I'm SGM. Welcome back to Techopolis 2 here. I have thrown together a few drawers here for items, and off camera I set up the return system to return all the finalized goods to the drawer system here. So everything that I've got automatically processing right now is hooked up, well, except for the tree, because I'll just take a moment to show you quickly how to do that, how to set it all up. But let's just take a look here. So I built underneath. It's the perfect depth, being 3 deep. That means you get a 2 high tunnel for yourself. So I just put down conveyor belts and just now an iron hopper pulling out of this one. Both have iron hoppers, I believe. I don't think I have any reason to use the wood ones, but then they just go along. I haven't covered this track yet. I haven't had anything attracted to me yet, so I don't see a reason to do that. So we should be good there. So that all comes back to a drawer controller, which I bought for the 4. I've just kept this open for now just to monitor any backups, but it seems to be, with what I've got going on right now, seems to be fine. Later on we can just get slaves for other inputs and they'll all come into the system that way. So I need to hook up the trees still, so we'll just show you how this works with the engineer's hammer. We want that going that way. If you've got the hammer, you can spin these around, but if you crouch and use it, then you can get the slant, which is what you may have seen from above over there. So that's how I'm getting it to come up that one there. And I think this one, I'm just going to cover it. Now I forgot to lock the drawers. Well, I didn't forget. I haven't bothered to get it yet because I was going to set up my drawers. So these are the framed version, so they can make them look like whatever I want. But you know, I was just setting something up temporarily, and we can rechange the frame colors later. It's not a big deal. But you put the frame drawers in the bottom right, and then whatever you want the general theme, so the back and the sides to look like, goes in this slot here. And then you can have something in this slot here for trim, or in this slot here for the facing. So there would be a cobblestone facing on it. You can't see it really good here. Sometimes you have to make it and throw away the resources for it, but oh, needs 2 there, please. Okay. Everything's still emptying out of that guy. Okay. And then later on, I was thinking I would move this drawer over to this spot here. But I just want to wait, maybe just grab a couple of stacks of leaves to set aside for using to get paper later, right? For the papers. Right, and today we will be getting into immersive engineering. So the proper machines, now that we've got these guys going here, we've got a stack of steel already. But we need some presses, and we're going to need a bottler by the end of it all here. So like I mentioned earlier, we will do the little logistics quest line here. We just have to to get this paper, and I think we can go on. These are just open anyway, so there's not a big deal there at all. Grab some copper. We first need to make the wires. So in this pack, you can do it before you have power just by throwing extra resources into it. So 8 copper ingots will get us 4 LV wire coils. I think we need 2 recipes of that. So I'm not going to be doing a huge setup by any stretch. Oh, and wait, I forgot about the need 8 each for those. Right, I guess I should have explained in the quest book where we are. So we start either here, and well, we have to start here and work our way up to get some power. So either water wheel or wind. I'm going to do both just because we get the extra dollary dues there. And then once we've got some power going, we can hook up our metal press. Then we'll be getting the engineer's workbench because we're going to need to get the gear one for sure. The plate one we can just make with steel, that's not a problem. And then we need to work our way down this way to the bottling machine because, oh, close off basic tech, thank you. The advanced techium does require lava in a bottle. So this is what we're working towards with the machines and the steel gears. So the steel gears can only be made in the press, and then you need the bottler to make the lava bottles. So that's what we'll be setting up today. So I'm going to not complete those quests. Oh, because I got to get the kinetic dynamo, and then all these should fill in automatically. Oh yes, so the windmill sails are made with the industrial hemp fiber, which you turn into the tough fabric, which then you turn into the windmill sails. I didn't quite have enough just yet, but I got 10 more bone meal. Let's see if I can make some more. Obviously didn't mean to break the whole plant. Just did that for a bit. And you surround a stick with those guys. And I ended up 1 short to get 3 sails, but that should be fine. Oh, I wanted to use 5 to get the insulated wire, but I think I'll be fine. I think we're going to keep the wires up high enough off of this structure here with the windmill, and then I'll build the water mill above ground over here. And this will be our immersive engineering area. I'll be back in a minute when we get that the power set up. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, water wheel. You can attach actually up to 3 at a time off of 1 kinetic dynamo if you want. And if you put in a certain number of flowing water, then that will go into the wheel just right to make it spin with maximum revolutions. And then 3 water wheels apparently is 88 RF per tick. But I don't think I need any more than than 1 just to get through the early game, because we're going to get to thermal, which will be a lot better later anyways. So just for now, we'll dip into this and then tear it all down later. So just a temporary setup, but we can go over it here as well. So we need 4 water sources. I go here. You can look at the recipe. You can make the clay bucket because it's a super flat recipe. And it just costs, actually may as well put down a water source. Alright, so this wheel is going to spin this way. So what I do is I have one water on top of this block here that pushes into the thing here. This is the smallest increase or the second smallest increase that you get. Then you've got your main one, which goes across the top, so against this block here, coming across there. And then this stops the water flowing there to direct it downwards. I don't know if one under here works or not. I don't think so. I think it's just the 4 water sources. Then we need 1 water source right here, which will push along the bottom. Now we've got movement even. So like I said, on top of this cobblestone block here, after we make a mess. Oh, and scaffolding, by the way, is because bamboo is super easy, and oh, we're missing another one up there, are we? I just got the string from the tough fabric and the industrial hemp fiber that I was growing anyway, so it was super easy to make the... This one goes here, runs across that way. Another leak. Then the second smallest increase is this one here, on top of this block running this way. Now that it's running the correct way, I can fill that, and fill that. Right, so in the same fashion as the water wheel, the windmill gets made. So the recipes aren't too hard if you just follow along in JEI. The water wheel does take a steel ingot and then 4 of these segments. And the windmill takes 8 segments plus an iron ingot. And these segments are called blades. But it's pretty much just a bunch of treated wood, which is super easy right now. I've got the kinetic dynamo set up, and then where we have the big hole is where you're going to put the structure in. So I did likewise for the water wheel. And I forgot to make the windmill so far. I'll put all my iron away. The windmill does not come with sails, but it will blow. You get more efficiency if you put the sails on. You just click in the middle and it goes into random spots. I don't know if there's a way to choose them or not, but right, now we can do the wire connectors, relays, and then get our first metal press going on here. So we need to do research papers here. 4 redstone blocks. I hope I've killed enough time that the redstone's built up. doing this the long way. Why? I don't know. I currently have enough to make, well, I could just throw clay in easily. And bronze I've got coming in automatically. I'm up to 88, so just do that. So yeah, we can make lots and lots of techium right now with just the basic setup that we've done so far on automations. And we go to, oh, forgot about the paper part of it. And this is going to give us all of the things that we need to make our first metal press, as well as the book, if you want to have a look at it in here. It's under heavy machinery, and it's up at the top. So this gives you a step-by-step breakdown of everything that you have to put in on there. Right, so I think, yeah, I'm going to have my lava and my bottler over here, and I'll have metal presses over here powered by the windmill. Because I think the bottler will need the more RF, which I can expand on that if it's not enough to keep it running. Whereas this one, the only expansion you can do is the sails, which is a minor boost, right? It'd be 5 more sails. All right, and already forgotten, haven't I? I just looked at it. It's light engineering on the bottom. I'm going to build 2, so heavy engineering goes on the top and the middle, and we need the piston to face downwards. Only tricky part, because sometimes even though you can rotate things with the engineer's hammer, it just won't go the way you want it to, especially with the downward facing one there. And that's a total miss. Scaffoldings. Oh wait, I put them in the wrong spot. That, and now when we hit the middle, it will form the multi-block. Oh. I needed 8 terracotta, didn't I? And 5 copper. I made myself a bed just out of leaves. So leaves you can turn to string. I could have made a white bed with the industrial hemp, but leaves are a lot more free. So I just made the green wool off of the string from the 3 across recipe with the leaves. One little bit of terracotta later. So basic recipe with the 4 terracotta. Oh no, I don't need these 4 or 2. So 4 terracotta and 3 copper ingots give you the wire connector. Yep, I was off by 1, not 2. So we need to have a connector here. And a connector can only have 1 wire at a time. So, but that's where the relays come in, is I can come down to a relay. Got to put the connector on the machine when I was up here, because the connector on the metal press is on the top there. We take our LV copper coil, and it is suggested that you ground it, but it's not going to kill you. It'll give you a half a heart of damage every once in a while, but you just right click from the connector to this one. So when I get the second press up, then I can have a second wire coming off of that one over to this press over here. I just need to make the components for it to do that. All right, now with the metal press, we're going to get a regular hopper. Wooden hopper would be fine, but I've got the iron to spin now, so it's not a problem. So we can automate gears in this. Putting a hopper straight into it won't work because it won't output 4 ingots at a time. But if we use the conveyor extractor with a hopper up against it, then we can put the items in the hopper. It'll feed into there, and it will, when it builds up to 4, then it will go through in a gear press. This isn't going to matter for right now because we're only doing plate press. So this is a little bit expensive recipe for the first one, but the other ones are cheaper because we're able to process things. And then on this end here, we can just have a chest, just place it up against the mill, like the conveyor like that. There we go. That'll spit out, and we'll get some steel plates. I think the quest line wants us to get metal plates. Oh, I totally forgot about the engineer's workbench. It's just treated wood. I knew I had sticks left over somewhere. Crafting table and some slabs. Fence in there too. That's about middle. I'll have the bottler over there. Shift and right click to take it off, right click to put it on. Now that I have steel plates, we need a blueprint to work off of there, and it wants us to make this engineer's blueprint. So 3 blue dye, an iron plate, and 3 paper. Plate. Lapis is in here. Lapis is in here. I had lapis on me. Paper. Got the iron plates. Oh, what is my inventory full of now? Everything. All of the things. All right. We put the engineer's blueprint, just shift click it in, it'll go up into that place, and then we can make the other molds in here. Now it does cost the steel plates, which I put back here because those are full. And it also costs the wire cutters. I totally forget. Two treated sticks, sure, why not? Now with the wire cutters up, they were grayed out before, and now you can kind of see them, but we'll need this gear mold anyways, and I usually just keep my switch outs in there. And next on the quest line, so making the bottler, which is another multi-purpose machine. So I'll make all the bits and bobs for the bottling machine and the second press in one go here. I'm not going to do the assembler just yet. There's actually no reason to use the fluid outlets for doing the lava filling that we're going to do with the fluid absorber that we had back there. So let me put all the bits and bobs together for the bottling machine, and we'll fill in those quests later as well because it's just dollary dues. So when we need them, then we can go and just, you know, press out the gears as a need. They cost 3 steel plates each. So I don't know why I made 4. I think there's a reason. There's going to be a reason that will reveal itself later. All right, let me do that all off camera and we'll be back to put them together. All right, look at that. Sun comes up just as I'm ready to record. That's a good sign, I guess. So 3 scaffolding. 2 steel sheet metal, or iron sheet metals, 2 light engineering blocks, a redstone engineering block, 3 conveyors, and we'll give it a hammer on the middle conveyor. Oh, I forgot about the fluid pump. That might help. So they have to go that way. They have to go to the right. So if I want this to output on this side, which it really doesn't matter a lot, but might matter a little. Actually, yeah, because I will probably want the outlet over here, and then all these crops are going to have to go because that's where my lava is going to go. That's the bottling machine. We need to pump lava into it there and bottles into it on the side. We can set it up just because we don't need the one for the gears necessarily. We don't need the conveyor belt there, just the hopper straight into the side. We'll dispense the bottles one at a time, and then just a chest on this side here for collection. It's not staying like this, so I'm not going to put it there now. I've got to turn this around. Or move it here. It's definitely an option. Come from there and then have a... We'll see. In between episodes, I'll take care of that, but that brings us to the end of the big machines thing. Everything in here technically complete. I just got to do the assembler, which we'll do later when we need it, or when we're doing like more finalized automations. I'm okay with running around and doing a little bit here and there, just nice busy work. Like I had to fill up all of my furnaces off camera there during that episode because I totally forgot that they still need to be manually filled. And then yeah, next time or in the next episode, we'll get the advanced techium out of the way. So first things first, that's just going to nickel. So doing all that. So I'll bring you back when we're all set up. I'll have more setups done here as well. What's this? Aluminum blocks. Yeah, not too bad. Get rid of all these crafting recipes and say goodbye to the nice folks. I appreciate you all for checking out the episode. I always have quite a bit of fun playing with immersive engineering, but this is pretty close to the last of it that we need to do, aside from a little bit of fluid pumping for the lava a little bit later. Anyways, I appreciate you all for checking out the episode, and we will see you in the next one.